Welcome back to Alexa4Musicians. Today we are using CSS to style our leaderboard page. Right now we've got the initial framework in terms of the code, but it does not look pretty at all. Our goal is to get it to be as good as the design page that we've been given by our designer. So I am currently trying to update the page to make it so that it looks as good as the design. Last time I tried, I got a little bit turned off by how hard it was, so I am now going to just try to do the minimum viable styling, just to make progress and to build up some positive momentum. Here is the page that we're trying to recreate. This is what the leaderboard page looks like. We can switch it between light mode and dark mode. I like that animation on the coloring. And then here's what we have right now. So while it's overall the same, looks very different. Let's get started. We are already running our React web page. So now I'm going to exit out of this side stuff, and we're just going to have our code open. So I was told that the biggest thing that I need to be focusing on is using the CX, our global styles, and our local styles. Did the nav bar even come in? I don't see the nav bar having come in like I would have expected it to. Let's find the leaderboard stylings. Find the leaderboard. Okay, leaderboard is there, so we will use that from our styles. So this will be styles.leaderboard, and that's going to pull it from this styles object, hopefully. But actually we want it to be pulling from, I believe we want it to be pulling from here. So let's update that and save it. I'm going to check my notes from the team. CX is essential, global styles is bootstrap, and styles is local. So I think that we're doing this right. Let's see if that updated anything on our web page. Okay, we are now getting the color, and I can click daily, weekly, and monthly, and we also now have this little slider. Cool. Does the slider do anything? Nothing right now. Feeling like we're making progress. So what is theme switch wrapper? Is it here? Looks like it's here. Is it also, I guess I should also have, oh, that's bootstrap min. Nope, don't want to go in there. So I'm going to take this class, cut it, and now we'll make this styles dot theme wrapper switcher. And I don't like the hyphens, so we're going to make it a string and see if that does it. I believe theme switch, yep. So this is also going to be from styles. Styles dot theme switch, and again, we don't want to use the dot notation, we want to use the array notation because of the hyphens. Let's see how we're looking over here. So the component that we were just modifying is our slider with the enable dark mode. Let's get all of the classes implemented first. I don't think slider is going to be, oh, it is here. Okay. What about round? Is round defined in here? There's 46 instances. Let's go back up to 1 and see if it's here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm looking for round. I guess I'm technically looking for dot round, which is only 2. Okay, it looks like we want to use both of these, so I think this is a case where we can use CX. So I'm going to cut that out. Now I'm going to use my curly braces for React, and then we'll use CX. And then inside of parentheses, I think we want our array. And then we want slider, and we also want round. And I think that's how we do it. I'm going to check by going to our landing page, footer section, CX. Okay, so then we just pass an array into there. I don't actually need to define an array. So CX, we just want to use both of these. We want styles slider, and then after that I want styles round. Okay, how does our slider look now? Now our slider looks like it takes up the entire page, so that is okay. Page is defined and never used. Let's remove both of those imports so that we don't get any complaints over here in our compiler. So for this we'll want to use the CX library, CX, and then inside of parentheses we're going to want global styles, and then we'll do nav, and then we'll also do global styles nav tabs. Okay, and now active I believe is going to be a bootstrap property. Actually, I think active is going to be our own local style. Okay, so we will do styles.active. And okay, and then no more hrefs, no more classes. Tab content. Okay, tab content is not a thing. Let's check out the bootstrap.min.css. And now let's look for, this is not a very pretty file to be looking inside of. Now let's check out for tab content to see if that is. Tab content does look like it's a thing. Global styles dot tab content. Class name tab pane. Tab pane is defined there. Is it defined here? It's not defined here. It's a global style. And then active is a local style. So for this one, we'll need both a global style and a local style. So in here, we will go CX parentheses global styles must have lost it. Tab pane, and then after that we want styles dot active. Save that. I believe table is going to be a bootstrap. Yep, is it anywhere inside of here? Table, 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 table. Okay, I think for this one we're going to want to use the global style. Let's see how we're looking. Let's check in real quick. How are we looking over here? Still not looking the best currently. We're just going to keep moving through till we get them all done. I'm not going to go through the entire tabs, and honestly we might find that this has been repeated too many times, but we will keep moving for a little bit. User call is probably our own styling. It is. Is that a class name? I'm not sure avatar image is actually anything. So for now I'm going to ignore it. Tweet button looks like our own and I'm only going to have 3 musicians in just to minimize the amount of noise that's in here. So now we're getting into repetition because we are inside of our table. So now we can have the same class name for both the user column and the tweet button. And for this third one, I'm also going to put in the tweet button. And then I'm going to put in the user column. Okay. Cool. And now I'm going to delete numbers 4, 5, 6, 8. And then it looks like we repeated for some reason. Oh, these are each of the tabs. Overall, daily. I don't know that there's any reason for us to have all of these sections, so I'm just going to delete the daily section. Let's collapse this. For weekly, we'll collapse that as well. We'll do the same thing. Monthly, same deal. Okay, how are we looking now? We should now only have 1. Now I'm not seeing anything. style property should not contain a semicolon. Okay, so it looks like we need to update some React properties. But I'm going to undo the deletion I just did of daily, monthly, and weekly. But I am going to delete everything after the third musician. Just to reduce the size of the data that I've got to update. Now we want to replace all the tweet buttons with our new tweet buttons. So we'll replace those with this. Let's find the next one. Yup. Boom. Okay, so now we've updated all the tweet buttons. Now we want to update the user column class. Okay, any update to our page? Okay, so it looks like we should not be using for, we should be using for. It should be HTML for. Okay, we got rid of that error. Now we want, let's search for where we're using width 120 pixel. We should not have a semicolon there. That should fix that issue. Table row cannot appear as a child of table. Add a T body, T header, T foot to your code to match the DOM tree generated by the browser. Table style property should not contain a semicolon. Okay, so I'm still using semicolon. We want to remove all these instances of semicolon. And it's telling us table row should not be a child of table. Instead, we should have table body. Body cannot appear as a child of div. Okay, so let's find Control F body. We can't have body in here. So I guess we need to change body to a div. So we will put everything, instead of being inside of the body, inside of a div. Table row cannot appear as a child of table. Add a table body. Okay, we'll add those and see how it looks. I don't feel comfortable modifying this, but And our slider went away, which is weird. I wonder where our slider went. Okay, so I think at this point I've updated it about as much as I can. Still not happy with how it looks, but I think I need to check in with the team once more. I'll add in the table head and table body first before I give up. So inside of our table we have table head, and then we'll put this table row inside of that. Okay, and now we want a T body, I believe. Table body. So now we'll take all of these table rows, put them inside of here. Now my next question, is there any difference between these table rows? And I'm not sure there is. So I think inside of the table I can put the same content for all three. Let's do this last one. Okay, it's done loading. Any update to how it looks? Nope. Most of our errors have gone away, but we're still not seeing it. The only other thing that I was told is to inspect this page. This one looks so much better. Now let's go back here. So we've got element style not coming from anywhere. Container, I'm not actually seeing container being used. Looks like HTML is coming from landing module.css. HTML after and before are both coming from Bootstrap. So let's just start up at the top. Why don't we have a container? Where's container? Looks like it's inside of our leaderboard section. So we have a section of leaderboard. and then a nav is inside of the container. I'm not sure why we got nav bar there. I think it should actually be container. I think that would make sense. Let's see what happens when we change that to a container. Still not good. Okay, so starting off at the top, HTML, looks like we're coming from terms and privacy module, whereas here we've got, it looks the same though. For container, I'm not seeing it. But it is over here. I'm gonna spend a couple more seconds on this before I release it. I don't see container being listed. And I'm also missing the banner and such. The best answer might be to restart from scratch, but I'm going to talk with my team tonight and have another quick jam session with some of the engineering team to see if they can help me at all. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, this is